Now, without any further ado, we are pleased to present Romeo and Juliet.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hand unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foe, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventurous piteous overthrow doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end could not remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toils shall strive to mend.
I strike quickly, being moved, but thou art not quickly moved to strike. A dog of the house of Montague moves me. That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall. Therefore, women, being the weaker vessels, are ever thrust to the wall. I will push his men from the wall, and I will thrust his maids. I will be cruel with the maids, and I will cut off their heads. The heads of the maids. Ah, the heads of the maids. Or their maiden heads, taken in what sense thou wilt. That must take its sense, that feeling. Ah, me they shall feel while I'm able to stand. 'Tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh. Draw that tool. Couple of tools of the Montagues. Quarrel, I'll back thee. How? Turn that back and run? Let us take the law of our side. Let them begin. I will frown as they pass by and let them take us a list. Nay. As they pass, I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say no? No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I do bite my thumb, sir. Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better?
Said better, because one of our master's kinsmen. Yes! Better!
You lie!
Shaw, beauty men! Gregory, remember that swashing blow! Or not.
Fools! Put up my sword! Put on my...
What? Art thou drawn on your purpose, man? Turn me slowly and look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword and manage to depart these men with me.
What? Draw and draw the peace? I hate to watch you tell all my peace. Envy, how about that, coward?
What noise is this?
Crash, I call you for a sword!
Old Montague's here to fluid into the blade in spite of me. Now, Billy Capulet, hold me not. Let me go.
Don't master, quick to seek a foe! Rebellious subjects!
Enemies to peace. Profaners of this neighbor-stained steel, will they not hear? What ho, you men, you beasts, that quench the fire of your pernicious rage on pain of torture, throw your bloody weapons to the ground, and hear the of your maiden princess. 3 civil brawls bred of an airy bird, by thee, old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the pride of our streets, and made Verona's ancient citizens cankered with peace. Part your kindred hate. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall be the forfeit of peace. You, Capulet, come along with me. Montague, you come this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case. Once more in pain of death, all men depart.
Who set this ancient quarrel new approach? Speak, nephew. Were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours, close fighting ere I did approach.
I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt with her sword prepared, which as she breathed defiance to my ears, swung about her head and cut the winds. Nothing hurt withal, hissed her in scorn. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more and fought from part to part. The princess came and parted out.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
And an hour before the worship sun peered forth the golden window of the east. A troubled mind dragged me to walk abroad, where underneath the grove of sycamore that westward moved from the city side, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was aware of me and stole into the covert of the wood. I, measuring his affections by my own, pursued my own, not having his, gladly shunned him, gladly fled from me.
Many a more thing had he there been seen, with tears all mixing the fresh morning dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. But also soon as the all-cheering sun should in the furthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from the light steals home my heavy son, in private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks far daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and pretentious must his humor prove, unless good counsel may the calls remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of him.
See where he comes. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance, or much be denied.
I would thou wert be so happy by thy stay, to hear true swift. Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
You struck 9.
I mean, does that hour seem long?
Was that my father who went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes him short.
His love.
Out!
Love.
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so rough and tyrannous in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still shall without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I've heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why though no brawling love, a loving hate? Oh, anything of nothing first create. Oh, heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep that is not what it is. This love feel I feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cause I rather weep. Good-hearted what? Thy heart's good oppression.
Why such is love's transgression? Grief of mine own lie having in my breast, which thou wilt propagate, ever pressed, with more of thine, this love that thou hast shown, doth add too much grief of mine own. Love is the smoke made with fume of sighs, being purged, a fire sparkling in lover's eyes, being vexed, see nourished with lover's tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and a preserving sweet? A farewell, my cuz.
Soft, I will go along. If you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut, I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He is some other where.
No, in sadness, who is it that you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I ain't said anyone I suppose you love.
A right good mark, man. And she's fair, I love.
Right, fair mark, fair cousin, as soon as...
Well, in that hit, you miss. She'll not be here with Cupid's arrow, for she had Diana's wit, and in strong proof of chastity she lives well armed. From love's childish bow she lives unharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bid the encounter of assailing eyes, nor ope her lap to saints seducing gold. She is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies with beauty dies her store.
So then she hath sworn she will still live chaste.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. For beauty cut off with her severity cuts off beauty from all posterity. She's too fair, too wise, wisely too fair, to merit bliss by making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead, yet live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me I forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
'Tis the way to call her exquisite and question more. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth her beauty but serve as a note, where I may read that passing fair. Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget.
Oh, pay that, doctor, and I'll die again.
But old Montague is bound as well as I, and 'tis not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you both, and 'tis a pity you lived at odds so long. But now, my lord, tell me of my suit.
But saying over what I have said before, my child is yet a stranger in this world. She has not yet seen the change of 14 years, yes. And that we should let 2 more summers within their pride ere we may think her right to be a bride.
Younger than she our happy mother's maid.
But too soon marred, although so early made. The earth has swallowed all my hopes but she is a hopeful lady of my own. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. And she agreed within her scope of choice. Therein lies my consent in fair according voice. This night I hold an old custom feast, whereto I've invited many a guest such as I love. And you among the store, one more, most welcome makes my number more. Look to behold this night, earth treading stars that make dark heaven light, such comfort as do lusty young men feel, when well apparelled April on the heel of limping winter treads. Even such delight among fresh female buds shall you inherit this night at my house. Hear all see, and, like her most, whose merit no shall be, which one more view of many, mine being one, may stand in reckoning though in numbers none. Come, go with me. Go, sirrah, find those persons out whose names are written here, and to them say, my house and welcome, on your pledge of stay. Ta-ta.
Find them out whose names are written here. It is written that the shoemaker should meddle with his yard, the tailor with his last, the fisher with his pencil, the painter with his nets. I'm sent to find out whose names are here writ. You never find out the names of the person after writ. I must have learned. Good time.
Tough man, one fire burns and another's burned. One thing is lessened by another's anger. Turn gate to be hauled my back and turn. One desperate grief cures with another's language. It doesn't do affection to that. The rank poison of the old people die. No, we aren't that mad.
But not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Kept up in prison without my food, whipped and tormented and... Oh, good in, good fellow.
God ye good in, sir. I pray. Can you read?
I, my own fortune, my misery.
Perhaps you've learned without the book. But I pray, can you read anything you see?
If I know the letters and the language.
You say honestly. Rest you married.
Stay, fellow, I can read. Senor Martino and his wife and daughter, County Anselm and his beauteous sisters, Senor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughter, my fair niece Rosaline, Olivia, my cousin Tybalt, Lucy and the lively Helena. Whither should they come? Whither?
To supper to our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
I should have asked that before.
Well, now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great, rich Capulet. And I pray, if not a house in Montague's cup of crush, a cup of wine. Rest you married.
The same ancient beast of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, and not so loves with all the admired beauties of her own. Take them some new affection tonight. Compare your face with some that I shall show you. And I'll make you think thy swan a crook.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
She's not 14. Only 14 of my teeth. Yet I had before. She's not 14. How long is it now till Amy's time?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd, of all the days in the year, come Lamb's Eve, at night shall she be 14. Susan is she. God rest all Christian souls. We're of an age, well, Susan, she is with God. As I said, on Lamb's Eve at night shall she be 14. Then shall she marry? Oh, I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake, now 11 years, since she was weaned. I never shall forget it. For upon that day, I had then laid wormwood on my duck, sitting in the sun under the dove house wall. Oh, my Lord knew within a man's nay, I do bear brain, but as I said, when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my duck, it felt a bitter, pretty fool to see it touchy and fall out with the dove. Since that time, it is now 11 years. For then she could stand alone, made by the rood. She could run and waddle all about. And for the day before, she broke her brow. And my husband, oh, God be with his soul, he was a merry man, took up the child. Dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backwards when thou hast more wit, wilt thou not, Jewel? And by my holy dame, the pretty wench left crying as an eye. Oh, to see it now, how it shall come about. And I shall live 1,000 years, I never shall forget it. Wilt thou not, Jewel? And pretty fool extended and said,
Enough of this! I pray thee, hold thy peace.
Yes, madam.
Now,
But I cannot choose but to help to laugh, to think to leave it crying and said, I. Oh, it had upon its brow a bump as big as a cockerel stone, a perilous knock, and it cried bitterly. Yea, quoth my husband, thou wilt fall backwards when thou comest of an age, wilt thou not, Jewel? And it extended and said, I.
And pray, and send thee too, I pray thee, nurse, say I.
Peace, God mark thee to his grace. Thou was the prettiest babe ere I nursed, and I might live to see thee married once I have my
Married! Married, that very thing is the very thing I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. Here in Verona, younger than you, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus, then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love. Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower, in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? Tonight, you shall behold him at our feast. Read over the volume of young Paris's face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another lends content, and what obscured in this fair volume lies, written only in the margin of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. That book in many sides doth share the glory, that in gold clasp locks in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him, making yourself no less.
No less, nay, bigger. Women grow by men, huh?
Speak briefly. What can you like in Paris' love?
I will look to like, if looking liking move, but no more deep lying dark my knife nor consent give strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come, supper served. My young lady called for the nurse cursing the pantry and everything extremity. I hence to wait, I beseech you, follow straight.
We follow. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl. Seek happy nights, happy days.
We must have you dance, Not I, believe me, you have the dancing shoes.
With nimble souls, I have a soul fled, so stakes me the ground I cannot move. You
Are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with him above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with a shaft to soar with love's like wings, and so bound I cannot bound a pitch above. No, woe, under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink it in such a burden, love. Too great a pressure for such a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? Is it too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like a thorn?
If love,
Be rough with you.
be rough with love, prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
Come, knock an enter. No sooner in, but every man will take him to his legs.
The game was never so fair, and I'm done.
Tut! Done's the malice, the constable's own word. If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the mire of this Sir Reverence love, wherein thou stickest up to the ears. Come, we burn daylight hope.
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, good sir, we waste our lights in vain like lamps by day. Take our good judgment, ere 5 times that one of our 5.
We mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no whit to go.
Why? May one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
Oh! And so did I!
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
And better sleep while they do dream these things true.
Oh! Then I see Queen Mare have been with you! She's the fairy's midwife? And she comes in no shape bigger than an agate stone, on the forefinger of an older man, drawn by a little team of atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes are made of long spiders' legs, the covers of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web. Her whip is made of cricket bone, a lash of filth. Her wagoneer is a small, black-coated gnat, not so big as a round little worm, pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel or old grub. And in this state, she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees, which dream of courtesy straight. Or lawyers' fingers, which straight on fees dream. Or ladies' lips, which oft the angry man with blisters plate, and with sweet meats tainted Sometimes she driveth o'er a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling of a suit. Or she comes with a pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose, and then dreams he of another benefice. Or she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of Spanish blades and muscaros, of hell's 5 fathoms deeps, and then drums. And on he's here, and then he wakes with a start, and thus, being frightened, swears a prayer or 2, and then sleeps again. This is the very man that plates the manes of horses with foul, sluttish epaulets, which once untangled much misfortune bones. Why, this is the hag when maids lie on their backs, forcing them to just making them women of good caring. This is she for mutual peace. No talkest of nothing. True. I talk of dreams, which are as thin a substance as the air, more inconstant than the wind which moves even now the frozen bosom of the north, and thus, being satisfied, turns its gaze to the true dropping south.
When you talk of it, blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, I fear we shall come too late. I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin this fearful date. With this night revels and expire the term of a despised life close to my breast by some forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steer to my course, direct my sail, on lusty gentlemen.
Welcome, gentlemen. Ladies that have their jugs unplagued with corn will have a bout of you. You are welcome, gentlemen. Aha, aha! Give room. Put it, girl.
What lady is that with Dawson Bridge yonder night?
No, not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night, like a rich jewel in Ethiop's ear. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove drooping the throes, as yonder lady over her fellow shows. The measure is done. I'll watch my place of stand. Touching hers, make blessed my ruined hand. Did my heart love them now? For swear sight, I never saw true beauty till this night.
By his voice should be a Montague. Now by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold him not as dead.
Oh, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm ye so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, that is hither come in spite to scorn our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
Is he, that villain Romeo?
Content thee, gentle cuz, and to say true, fair Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all the town doom disparagement here in my home. Therefore it is my will, which of that respect, be patient, and put off these frowns and ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest.
He shall be endured. What good man, boy? I say he shall go to. Am I the master here, or are you? Go to. You make a mutiny among my guests.
Patience perforce, with willful toller meeting, makes my flesh tremble with their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall now seeming sweet convert to bitter gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle vine is this, my lips to blush pilgrim's ready stand. This knee that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Which manly devotion shows in this? For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints' lips and holy palmers too?
I, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Then what lips do and hands do? They pray. Grant thou we speak to in despair.
Saints do not move, though granted prayer's sake.
That move not while my prayers effect I take. Thus, on my lips by yours, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips? Who trespassed me the urge? Give me my sin.
You kissed by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is your mother?
Her mother is the lady of the house, and a very wise and virtuous lady. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have the chase, huh?
Oh, dear Count, is she Capulet? My life is my foe's debt.
Wait, God! This sport is at its best.
So I fear the moor's mine rest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
I only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen, unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme I learned even now when I danced in fall.
Anon, anon, come, let's away, all the strangers are gone.
Can I go forward when my heart is here?
I'll conjure you. Yes! Madman! Passion! Lover! Appear thou in the likeness of a side. Speak for one time, and I am satisfied. Try, but I need pronounce but love and dove and thy likeness thou appear to us. I'll conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg and quivering thigh, and the divineness that there adjacent lie. And in thy likeness thou appear to us.
Come! He hath hidden himself among these trees, consorted with the humorous knight. Blind is his love, whom best befits the dark.
Cannot hit the Now he will sit under a melon tree and wish his mistresses were that kind of fruit as means when they laugh alone. Oh, that she were a pap and pear, that would open ours. Farewell, Romeo, out to my truckle bed go. This field bed is far too cold for me. Come, shall we go? Go then. Tis in vain. Seek him here means not to be there.
He just had scars and never felt a wound. What's up? What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and gild the envious moon, whose heart is sick and pale with grief. That thou, maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools to wear cast it on. It is my lady. It is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in spheres till they return. What if they were there? Did they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars. As daylight doth the lamp, her eyes in heaven would throw, and airy regions stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand? Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
He's got a band.
Speak again, bright angel, for thou art glorious as this magic, as is the winged messenger of heaven. Unto the white upturned, wondering eyes of back to gaze on him as he bestrides lazy-pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo. Romeo. Wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or thou wilt not. He but sworn thy love, and I'll no longer be Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
Pretend thy name that is thy enemy. Thou art thyself, though not Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take it if they were, call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus be screened and night so stumblest on thy counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it's an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know that thou art thou not Romeo? And Montague?
Neither, fair saint, of either thee is right.
How camest thou hither? Tell me and wherefore the orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With loves like wings that ever purge these walls, for stony limits cannot hold out love. But what love can do that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
They see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eyes than 20 of their swords. Look thou this way, and I prove against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw you here.
I had night's cloak to hide me from their sight. If thou but love me, let them find me here. My life will better ended by their hands than for wanting of thy love.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else would have made him blush bepaint my cheek, for which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I have dwelt on form. Fain deny what I have spoke. Oh, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? Oh, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I will frown and be perverse, and say thee nay, so that thou wilt woo. But else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond. And therefore thou mayest think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I will prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess. But that thou overheardest ere was where my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to my love which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon that silver tips all through treetops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon which changes monthly in her circled orb, lest thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee. What do thou swear? Although I join thee. I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too sudden, too ill-advised, too like the lightning that don't cease to be, ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. Good night. A sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that to my breast.
Oh, thou made me so unsatisfied.
What satisfaction can thou have us tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou did request it, and yet I would have heard to give again.
Would have thou withdrawn it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and to give it to thee again. I wish for the one thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Madam! love, adieu. Anon, good nurse! Sweet Montague, be true, stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I'm afeard, being a knight, all this is but a dream. Too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. Anon, good nurse! But I do beseech thee, if thou is not well, by and by I come! To cease thy suit and leave me to my grief.
So cried my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst one thy light. Love goes toward love with schoolboys from books, but love from love toward school with heavy looks.
Romeo! Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet the sound lover's tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo!
My dear!
At what o'clock tomorrow shall I send for thee?
At the hour of 9.
I shall not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
I should forget to have thee stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay, having me still forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone to get no farther than a wanton spurn who lets it hop a little from her hand.
I would thy burn.
Sweet, so would I. But I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I should say goodbye to it tomorrow.
Sleep dwell in thy eyes and peace in thy breast. Would I ever sleep in peace? So sweet to rest? Hence will I to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.
Gray-eyed morn smiles on the following night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light, and flecked darkness like a drunkard reels from forth days past and Titan's fiery wheels. I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juice flowers. Here, within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this being smelt, with that part cheers each part, being tasted, slays all senses with the heart. 2 such imposed kings encamp them still, in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, Father.
Benedicte! Oh, what early tongue so sweet saluteth me! Young son, it argues a distempered head to see you so soon out of bed. Therefore, thy earliness doth me assume thou art uproused by some distemperature. Or if not so, then I get it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
And that last is true, the sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin! Was thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father, no! I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But wherefore hast thou been then?
I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me. And that by me wounded, both our remedies lie. With thy help, holy physic lie. I bear no hatred, blessed man. For lo, my intercession likewise stands my foe.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shift.
Then plainly know, my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet, as mine on hers, so hers is set on mine. By holy marriage, when and where we met, we wooed, made exchange of vow, and I'll tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love lies truly not within their hearts, but in their eyes. Jesus Maria, when a deal of brine hath washed thy shallow cheeks for Rosaline, lo here, upon thy cheek doth sit the stain of a tear that is not washed off yet. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
I pray thee, chide me not, she whom I love now. Doth grace for the love allowed. The other did not so.
She knew well your love could read by rote and could not spell. But come, young waver, come go with me. In one respect, I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence, I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not truth's fathers, I spoke with his man.
Why, it is that same hard-hearted witch, that Rosaline that torments him so that he will surely run mad.
Tybalt, kinsman of old Capulet, sent a letter to his father's house.
Challenge on my life.
Romeo, you'll answer it. Any man that can write may answer a letter. Nay, he will answer the letter of the master, how he dares. Big dare.
Then he is already dead. Stabbed with a white witch's black eye. Shot through the ear with a love song. His very heart cleft with the blind Mose boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
She's more than the prince of cats, I can tell you. She is the courageous captain of compliments. She fights as you sing, keeps song, time, distance, proportion. Rest me his men, rests. 1, 2, and a third in your bosom. She is the very butcher of a silk button, a duelist, a very gentlewoman of the first house, of the first and the second, because the immortal pasado, the panto reverso, the hey!
Comes Romeo. Here comes Romeo.
Signor Romeo. Bonjour! There's a French salutation to your French slap. You gave us quite the counterfeit barely last night.
Tomorrow to you both, what counterfeit I give you?
Oh, the slip, sir. The slip, canst thou not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio, my business was great.
Ooh.
And in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
In such a case as yours, it may constrain a man to bow in the hams.
Meaning to curtsy.
That was most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink for courtesy.
Faithful flower.
Right.
Why then is my pump, well, flower?
Well said! Why is not this better than groaning for love? Now art thou Romeo, now art thou who thou art, as well as art by nature, for this driveling love runs lolling up and down to hide his bottle in a hole.
Stop there. Stop there.
Here's really here.
A sail, a sail! Choo-choo, a shark and a smile.
Peter. My fancy.
Good Peter, for her fans the fairer face.
Good ye morrow, gentlemen.
God she good den, bad gentlewoman.
Is it good den?
Why? 'Tis no less, I tell you, for the bawdy hand of the dial is now upon the brink of now!
What men are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made himself to mar.
Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo
can tell you, but young Romeo will be older than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
Say well. If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
Abort! Abort! So ho!
What hast thou found?
Nothing, sir, unless a hare, sir, in a Lenten pie. That is something stale and whore ere it be spent. Hey, Romeo, will you to your father's? What's a dinner thither?
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady, farewell!
Farewell! Saucy merchant was this, to have you so full of his ropery.
Hey, gentleman nurse, that loves to hear himself talk and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
If speak anything against me, I'll take him down, and if I cannot, I will find those that shall. Sturby knave. Thou must stand by too and suffer every knave while he use me as his pleasure?
I saw no man use you as a pleasure. If I had, my clipping should have would have swiftly been out. I warn thee. I dare draw soon as another if I see occasion any good quarrel in the law on my side.
God, I am fixed that every word about me quiver, scurvy knave! Pray you, sir, a word. Now, as I said, the young lady bade me inquire you out. Now, what she said I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, ye should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say. Should be a very gross kind of behavior, for the gentlewoman is young. Therefore, if you should deal double with her, it would be a very ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee.
Good heart, if I beg, I will tell her as much. Oh, Lord, Lord, will she be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her? Dost thou mark me?
I will tell her that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Nurse, bid her some means to come to shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, at Friar Lawrence's cell, be shrived and married. Here is for thy pains.
This afternoon, sir? Oh, she will be there.
And good nurse, stay behind the abbey wall. Within the hour my band will be with thee. And bring thee towards make like a tackled stair, which to the high-top galley of my joy must be the convoy in the secret night. Farewell, be trusted now, quit thy pains. Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter, take my fan and go before pace.
Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts which 10 times faster glide than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over luring hills. Therefore do nimble pinion doves draw love, and therefore has the wind swift Cupid's wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 to 12 is 3 long hours, and yet she has not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be in swift emotion as of all. My words would fancy her to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks, many feign as they were dead, unwielding, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh God, she comes. Now, nurse, what news? Oh Lord, why lookest thou so sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, then thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am weary. Give me leave a while. Oh, fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt have I had.
I would thou hast my bones nigh thy news. Come, I pray thee, speak. Good nurse, speak.
Hasten, what haste? Can you not stay a while? What have you dined at home?
How can thou be out of breath as thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuses thou dost make, and this delay is longer than the tale that thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer that.
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo, no, not he. Though his face be better than any man, his leg excels all men's. And yet for a hand, and a foot, and a body, though they be not to be talked on, but they are past compare. Nay, he is not the flower of courtesy, but yet, I warn, he is as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench. Serve God. What, have you dined at home?
No, but all this did I know before. Come, what says he of our marriage? What of that?
Oh, Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I. It beats as if it would fall into 1,000 pieces. Oh, my back. My back. Other side. Oh, my back, my back. Be sure your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down.
Faith, I am sorry thou art not well. Sweet, sweet, sweet nurse. Come, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a kind, and a courteous, and yet I want a virtuous. Where's your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where else would she be? How oddly! You replaced your love says, like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
Oh God, ladies dear, you so hot? Mary, come up, I trill. Is this a poultice for my aching bones? Henceforth, do your messages yourself.
Oh, here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. For there stays a husband to make you mine. Oh, now come the wontons in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to the church. I'll another way to fetch a ladder in which your love must climb a bird's nest when it is dark. I am the trudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go out to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
I to high fortune, honest nurse, farewell.
On this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen. But come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail this exchange of joy, that in one short minute begins with her sight. Do thou but close our hands with holy words, then let love devouring death do what he dare. It is enough, and may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends. Therefore love moderately, long loved also. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Ah, here comes the lady. Oh, so light of foot will never wear out the everlasting flint. A lover may bestride the gossamer that idles in the wanton summer air and does not fall, so light is vanity.
Good evening to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
As much to him, else his thanks is too much.
Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, and that thy skill be more to blazon it, and then sweeten it with thy breath, this neighbor air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive, and either by this dear encounter.
Conceit, more rich in matter than in words, brags of his substance, not of ornament. They are but beggars that can count their worth, but my true love has grown to such excess I cannot sum up half of my wealth.
Come go with me, for you two shall not stay alone in this holy church until this holy church incorporate two into one. I pray thee, good Jew, let's retire. Day is hot and the capulets abroad, and we weak shall not escape a brawl. For these hot days demand blood stirring. Come, thou is hot in thy mood as any in Italy, and is soon moved to be moody, and is soon moody to be moved. And what two? Nay! And were there two such, there would surely be one, for one would kill the other. Thou hast quarreled with a man with a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou hast quarreled with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason other than that thou hast hazel eyes. What eye but such an eye would spy out such a quarrel? Thy head is full of quarrels as an egg is full of meats, and yet it has been beaten as addle as an egg from quarreling. Thou hast quarreled with a man for coughing in the streets because he has wakened thy dog that hath lain asleep. And yet thou wilt tutor me from quarreling?
If I wish so apt to quarrel as thou art any man, should find the simple of my life for an hour in a court.
The be simple, oh simple.
By my here come the candidates.
Oh, by my heel I care not.
Follow me closely. Follow me closely. Gentlemen, Reden, a word with one of you.
And but one word with
You're both dead,
We both look well. I said, go to get a drink. Okay.
my breath away, and now I'm left with nothing. So maybe it's true, I can't live without you, and maybe two is better than one. There's so much time to figure out the best of my life, and you've already got me coming undone. And I'm thinking two is better than one.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebeus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west. Spread thy closed curtain, love performing right, that runaway's eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms untalked of and unseen. Lovers can see to their amorous rights by their own beauties, or, if love be blind, then it best agrees with night. Come, civil knight, and learn me how to lose a winning match played for by a pair of unstained maidenhoods. Put the unmanned blood bathing in my cheeks with thy black mantle, till strange love grown bold. Think, true love acted simple modesty. Come, knight, come, Romeo, come now day and night, for thou wilt lie on the wings of night, whiter than new snow on a raven's back. Come, gentle knight, come, loving, black-browed knight, give me my Romeo, and when he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night, and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love and have not yet possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. Oh, how tedious is this day, as if it were the night before some festival to an impatient child with new robes that cannot yet wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news in every tongue that but speaks Romeo's name, speaks heavenly eloquence. Now, nurse, what news? What hast thou in the courts Romeo bid thee fetch?
Aye, by the cords.
Ay me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Will a day. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. We are undone, lady. We're undone.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, whoever would have thought about it? Romeo!
What devil art thou that thus torment me thus? If he be slain, say I, or if not, no. Grief sounds determined of my real or woe.
I saw the wound. I saw it with my own eyes. God save the mark there on his manly breast. A piteous corse, a bloody and piteous corse, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore blood. I swooned at the sight.
Oh, break my heart. For bankrupt, break it once. To prison eyes there look on liberty. In vile earth to earth reside in motion here. For thou and Romeo press with heavy fear.
Where's my cousin Tybalt? Courteous Tybalt. Honest gentleman, best friend I had. Oh, the best friend that I ever should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead? My dear loved cousin and my dear lord? Then dreadful trumpets sound the general doom for who's living and those who are gone.
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood.
It did. Alas, the day it did.
Serpent's heart! Hit with a flowering face. Beautiful tyrant, fiend, angelical, dove-headed raven, wolvish, ravening lamb. Despised substance of divineness show just opposite to what now did justly seem. A damned saint! An honorable villain. Oh, nature. What hast thou to do in hell when thou didst devour the spirit of moral paradise in such sweet flesh? Was ever there a book of such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, that deceit should rest in such a gorgeous place as this.
There's no faith, no trust, no honesty in men, all pejored, all forsworn, all not, all the simpler. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish! He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is ashamed to sit. But 'tis a place where honor may be crowned, sole monarch of the universal earth. Oh, what a beast was I that chided him!
You speak well of him that killed your cousin.
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Oh, poor, my lord. A tongue shall smooth thy name, and I thy 3 hours wife have mangled it. But wherefore, cousin, did the... Wherefore, villain, did thou killest my cousin? Cousin, have killed my husband. Pat, foolish tears back to your native spring. Tributary drops belong to all which mistaking offer up to joy. My husband lives that Tybalt would be slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort, wherefore weep I then? Some words there worser than Tybalt's death that hath murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my mind like damned, guilty deeds to sinners' memory. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo vanished. That vanished. That one word, vanished, had slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there. Romeo is vanished. To hear that word is father, mother, Tybalt's
and wailing over Tybalt's corpse. Will you go to them? I will bring you thither. Wash they his wounds with their tears. Mine shall be spent when theirs are dry for Romeo's banishment. Take up those cords. Poor Rose. You are beguiled. Both you and I, for Romeo was exiled. He made you for a highway to my bed, but I have made it die, maiden widow. Come, courts. Come, nurse. I'll to my wedding bed. In death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead. Hark ye! Your Romeo will be here at night. I'll tell him he is hid in Friar Lawrence's cell. Find him. Give this ring to my true knight and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Man, affliction is inhabited in thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? What is the princess doom?
A gentler judgment hath vanished from her lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment? Be merciful and say death, for exile hath much more tyrannous look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Hence from Verona thou art banished. Be patient, the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world. Mortal's exile is death. In this term, calling death banishment. Thou cuttest off my head with a golden axe and smilest upon the stroke that murders me.
O deadly sin, O rude unthankfulness! Thy fault our law calls death, but the kind princess, taking thy side, hath brushed aside that word death, into banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives. And every cat and mouse and every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look upon her. But Romeo may not. More validity, more honorable state, more courtship lives in carrying on flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal a mortal blessing from her lips. But Romeo may not, he is banished. Flies may do this, but I from this must fly. They are free men, but I am banished. And yet sayest exile is not death? Hast thou no poison? No sharpened round knife, no sudden meat, no never so mean, but banished to kill me? Banished? Oh, fry the damn use that word in hell. Helling's attendant, how hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly professor, and my friend professed to mangle me with that word banished?
How fond madman, hear me but speak a word.
Thou will again speak of banishment.
I'll give thee armor to ward off that word. Philosophy, adversity, sweet milk, to comfort thee, though thou art banished.
Unless philosophy can make a Juliet, displant a town, reverse a prince's doom, it helps not, it prevails not, talk no more.
Oh, that I see madmen have no ears.
How can they when wise men have no eyes?
I dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of what thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, hour but married, Juliet thy love, Tybalt murdered, doting like me banished. Then mightest thou speak, then mightest thou tear thy hair, and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Arise, one knocks. Good Romeo, hide thyself.
Not I, unless the breath of hearts that groans, mislike it, fold me from the searching eyes.
Hark how they knock. Who's there? Romeo, get up. Stay a while. Thou wilt be taken. Ah, whence come you? What's your will?
I come from Lady Juliet.
Ah, welcome there.
Oh, holy friar. Oh, tell me, holy friar, where is my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground with his own tears made drunk.
He is just in my mistress's case, just in her case. Oh, woeful sympathy, piteous predicament. Even so she lies, weeping and blubbering, blubbering and weeping. Stand up, stand and be a man. For Juliet's sake, rise and stand.
Speakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? And what says my concealed lady to her canceled love?
Well, she says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps, and then falls on her bed, and then starts up, and then Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then back down again.
As if that name, shot from the deadly level of gun, did murder her, and that name's cursed hand did murder her kinsman. Oh, tell me, friar, oh, tell me, in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge, that I may sack that hateful mansion?
Hold thy desperate hand! Art thou a man? Thy foe cries out thou art, but thy tears are womanish. Thy wild acts denote the unreasonable fury of a beast. What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would have slew thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The word that threatens death becomes thy friend and turns to banishment. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings lights upon thy back, but like a sullen and misbehaving wench, thou poutest upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed, for such time miserable. Go get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber hence, and comfort her. But look, thou canst not stay till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to mansion, where you will live until we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the princess, and call thee back with 100,000 times more joy than thou went forth in lamentation. Go before, nurse, and commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt unto. Romeo is coming.
Lord, I could have stayed here all night to hear good counsel, what learning is. My lord, I will tell her as much. Here, a ring she bid me give you, sir. Hie you, make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this!
Farewell! Good night. And here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of day disguised from hence. Sojourn in mansion. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify to you from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. 'Tis late. Give me thy hand. Farewell.
But that joy past joy calls out to me. It were a grief, so brief to part with thee. Farewell!
Not so unluckily, sir, that we've had no time to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly. And, well, so did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. Should not come down tonight. I promise you, but for your company, I would have been abed an hour ago.
These times of woe afford no time to woo. Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will. And know her mind tomorrow, for tonight she is needed to her heaviness.
My lord, I will make a desperate tender of my child in love. I believe she will be ruled in all respects by me. Nay more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed, and acquaint her here my son Paris' love. And bid her, mark you me, on Wednesday next. But soft, what day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Monday. Well, Wednesday is too soon. Oh, Thursday tell her she shall be married to this noble earl. Are you ready? You like this haste? Hold no great ado. A friend or two, for, hark you, Tybalt being slain so late, maybe thought we held him recklessly. Therefore we'll have some half a dozen friends, and there an end. But what say you, my lord, to Thursday?
My lord, I wish that tomorrow were Thursday.
Oh, get you God, no Thursday be a day. Wife, prepare our daughter up against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Good night.
Wilt thou be gone so? It is not yet near daylight. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of mine ear. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, 'twas the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks to places severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight. I know it. As some meteor the sun exhales feeds thee this night a torchbearer, and to light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet, thou needest not to be gone.
Let me be taken. Let me be put to death. I'll say yon gray is not the morning's eye, nor is the lark whose notes do beat the vaulty heaven so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How's it, my soul? It's not day. Let's talk.
It is. It is. High hence in me gone away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division, but this doth not so, for she divideth us. Oh, now be gone, more light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam, your mother is coming to your bedchamber. The day is broke. Be weary. Look about.
In window let day in. Let light out.
Farewell, one kiss and all is said.
Wilt thou be gone so? Love, Lord, husband, I must hear from thee every day and hour, for in a minute there are many days. If at this count I should be much of years ere I again behold my Romeo.
Farewell. I admit no opportunity that may convey my greetings love to thee.
Thinkest thou we should ever meet each other again?
I doubt it not, and all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come.
I have an ill-defining soul. Methinks I see thee now thou art so low as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou lookest pale.
Trust me, hon. My eyes so do you. Dry sorrow drinks her blood. Adieu. Adieu.
Fortune. Fortune. All men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what hast thou to do with him which is renowned for faith? Be fickle, Fortune. And then thou hopest thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back again. Oh God, are you up? Who is it that calls? Is it my lady mother? Is she not down so late or up so early? What unaccustomed calls procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Ever more weeping for your cousin's death? What, wilt thou wash him from her grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make her live. Therefore, have done. Some grief shows much love, but much grief shows some want of wit.
Then let me weep for such a feeling loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss, can I never choose but weep the friend.
My child, you weep not so much for her death as that the villain lives which slaughtered her.
God pardon him. I do with all my heart, and yet no man like he doth grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor lives.
Aye, madam. From the reach of these my hands, but none but I might venge my cousin's death.
We shall have vengeance for it, fear them not. But now, I will tell thee of joyful tidings, fearless.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. When are they, I beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a careful father, child, one who to put thee from thy heaviness, have sorted out a sudden day of happiness, which thou expectest not, nor I not looked for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Marry, my child. Early next Thursday morn, the young and gallant and noble gentleman, County Paris, at St. Peter's Church, to happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church and by Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this sudden haste. Ere he that should be my husband comes to woo, I pray you, madam, tell my lord and father that I shall not marry. And if I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself and see how he will take it at your hands.
When the sun sets, the air doth drizzle dew. For the sunset of my brother's son rains down right. How now, daughter? What? Still in tear, evermore showering? In one little body, thy old kind to feist, a bark, a sea, a wind. but still thy eyes, which I might call the sea, do ebb and flow with tears. How now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir. But she will not. She thanks you. I would the fool were married to her grave.
How was she not? Is she not proud? Is she not thankful? Does she not count herself blessed that unworthy as she is, we have brought such a worthy man as to be her bridegroom?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate. That is meant love.
How now? How now? Chop logic, what is this? Well, proud me no proud, no thank me no thankings. But better you'll find joint skates Thursday next to go with Peter to St. Paris' church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrion, out, faggot!
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch. I tell you what, get you to church on Thursday next, or never again look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. My fingers itch. Wife, we scarce thought it was less that God has lent us but this only child. But now I see that this one is one too much, that we had a curse in having her. Out on her, Hildy!
God in heaven bless her. You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
Peace, you mumbling fool!
You are too hot.
God's bread, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, time, work, play. Alone in company, still my care has been to have her matched, and now providing a gentleman of noble carriage. Proportioned as one would wish a man, stuffed, as they say, with honorable parts, and the never wretched, fooling fool to answer, I'll not wed, I cannot love. I am too young, I beg you pardon me. Well, as you will not wed, I'll pardon you. Raise where you will, I shall not house you here. Thursday's near, lay hand on hard advice. If you be mine, then I will give you to my friend. If you be not, then hang, starve, beg, die in the streets. For by my soul, I'll never acknowledge you. Trust to it, bethink you. I'll not be forsworn.
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds and sees into the bottom of my grief? Sweet, my mother cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week, or if thou wilt not, make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Speak not to me, for I'll not say a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee!
God. Oh, nurse, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. How shall that faith again return to earth unless that husband send it to me from heaven by leaving earth? Comfort me, counsel me. Alack that heaven should practice such stratagems upon so soft a subject as myself. What sayest thou? Hast thou no word of joy? Some comfort, nurse!
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world's nothing that he dare come back here to challenge you. For if he do, it must be thyself. Since the case so stands as it doth, I think that it'd be best you marry with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a discord to him. Oh, be true, my heart. I think you are happy in the second match, for it excels your first, or if it did not, your first is dead. Or 'twere as good as for it, he living here, and you have no use of him.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And from thy soul too, or beshrew them both.
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in and tell my lady mother I have gone, having displeased my father, to Lawrence's cell, to make confession and to be absolved.
Mary, I will, and this is well done.
reproach me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my Lord with the same tongue that she hath praised him with so many thousand times above compare. Co-counselor, I and my bosom shall be twain. I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself hath power to die.
On Thursday, sir, the time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind? Uneven is the course, I like it not.
Immoderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I little talked of love, for Venus smells not on the house of tears. Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous that she doth give her sorrow so much sway, and in this wisdom hastes our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears. Now, do you know the reason of this haste?
I knew not why it were slowed. Ah, here comes the lady to myself.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
That may be. Must be love on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to this father?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Ooh, so ye will. I am sure that you love me.
If I do, it will be more of Christ spoken behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
Well, the tears have won small victory in that, for it was bad enough before their spite.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
It may be so, for it is not mine own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive Donadel. My lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God shield I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse thee. Till then adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Oh, shut that door when thou hast done so. Come weep with me past hope, past cure, past help.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits.
Tell me not that thou hearest of this, unless thou can tell me how thou may prevent it. If in thy current wisdom thou can give us no help, do but call my resolution wise, and with this night I'll help it presently. God joined my heart and Romeo's, thou our hands, and this hand by thee to Romeo sealed shall be the label to another deed. Therefore, out of thy long experienced time, give me some present counsel, or behold, twixt my extremes, and me this bloody night shall play the umpire, arbitrating that which the commission of thy years and art could to no issue of true honor bring. Be not so long to speak. I long to die, but thou speakest me not of remedy.
Hold, daughter! I do spy a kind of hope that craves as desperate an execution as we would prevent. If indeed, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death, to chide away the shame which copest with death itself. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Bid me leap rather than marry Paris off the battlements of yonder tower, or walk in fiendish ways. Bid me lurk where serpents are, chain me with roaring bears, or find a dead man and hide me with him in his shroud. Things you have heard them told have made me tremble. But I will do so without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris.
Oh.
Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Take thou this vial. Being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off, and presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy hue. For no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcrease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest.
The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to paly ashes. Thy eyes' windows fall like death when she shuts up the day of life. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunken death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake, as from a pleasant sleep. Now when the bridegroom in the morning comes to bear thee to church, there art thou dead. Then as the manner of our country is, thou wilt be born to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of old captives lie. Meanwhile, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come. And that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua, if no inconstant toy, no womanish fear abate thou now in that year.
Oh, give me, tell me not of fear.
Hold, get you gone, be strong and prosperous.
Love shall give me strength, and strength shall help forth. Farewell, dear father.
We shall be much unfurnished for this time. Tell me, why has my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
Aye, forsooth.
Well, may chance to do some good on her. A peevish, self-willed poverty it is.
Look, see where she comes from, swift with merry look.
How now, my head strong? Where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned to repent of the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behest, and am enjoined by holy lords to fall prostrate here and beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you, henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county, we'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning. Now before God, our reverend holy friar, our city is much more bound to it.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me sort such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow?
Not till Thursday. There is time enough.
Nay, nay. We'll to church tomorrow.
We shall be short in our provision. 'Tis now near night.
Tush, I will stir about, and all things will be well, I warrant thee, wife. I will walk myself to County Paris, and prepare him up against tomorrow. My heart is wondrous light, since the same wayward girl is so reclaimed.
Necessaries as are behoveful for our state tomorrow. So please you let the nurse this night sit up with you, for I'm sure you've had your hands full on so sudden business.
Good night. Get thee to bed, best, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we should meet again. I have a faint, cold fear that thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back to comfort me. Nurse! What should she do here? My dismal scene I needs must act alone. Come, Vile. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I then be married tomorrow morning? No. No. This shall prevent that. Lie thou there. What if this be a poison that the friar hath subtly ministered to have me dead? Lest in this marriage he should be dishonored because he married me before to Romeo. I fear it is, but methinks it should not, for he hath still been tried a holy man. How if when I am laid in the vault, I awake before the time come and that Romeo should redeem me? There is a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault? Or if I live, is it not the very like, along with the horrible conceit of death and night and the terrors of these places? For these many hundred years, the bones of all my ancestors are packed where bloody Tybalt yet green in earth lies festering in his shroud, or where as they at some hours of the night spirits resort. Oh, if I awake, shall I not then be distraught and environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my forefather's joints, or pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, or in this rage, as with some great kinsman's bone, as with the club, dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look! Methinks I see my cousin's ghost sticking out Romeo that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt! Stay.